Hi guys, how are you doing? How is everybody? How una day? So there's a conversation that we're having the other day, and it was that some guy from Canada, or some guy who came back from Canada after spending 1 year there, said Canada is not a very nice place that, and he will not like to live there. I've been to Canada before once. I was there in 2019. I didn't particularly like it. It was very slow and seemed quite alienated from the rest of the world. And it seemed a bit boring. Those who live there swear by it. They say, "Oh, Canada is an amazing place. You have to live there to understand." I was in Newcastle about 3 weeks ago, and my ears almost fell off from the cold. And I'm not one person to feel the cold. I'm the kind of person who will walk around my flat in London topless. Ask the kids, taste buds will tell you. I don't I'll be I'll be turning down the heater, they'll be turning up the heater, I'll be sneaking to turn it down, they'll be sneaking to turn it up. For me to tell you somewhere is cold, trust me, Newcastle was cold. It was actually snowing when we got there. But you see, Newcastle is still microwave oven compared to Canada. Yesterday I was reading on the blogs, a lady just died of asthma in Canada. A lady just died of asthma. I want to see if I have the story here. Her sister reported, and this was as a result of the cold. This was as a result of the cold. Let me look for the story. I'm looking for the story. I remember sending it to Taste Buds. I don't know if you guys saw it. Was on the blogs yesterday. The lady died because she had asthma, and something happened. I can't see. I want to look for the exact story. I remember sending it to Taste Buds. Um, I'm trying to get it.
Ya, dengan lembut mengeluarkan
Hey, quiet. I need to read the story to you so you guys can understand. Taste Buds NG. Okay. I can't find it. It was on the blogs yesterday anyway. It was a story about a woman who came back because of the cold in Canada, but her sister decided to stay, and then her sister died of asthma. If you're watching on TikTok, pop those money guns. You don't have the metropolitan city life as intense as you have it in London. So all those places they are abroad and they are still okay. But you see that New York, that London, they're great places to live as an adult, but I don't understand how good they are when it comes to children, especially children of a certain temperament. And although I like to agree with you, Victor, there are people who live abroad, live with their children, and send their children back to Nigeria. We've seen quite a few of those instances. because they believe Nigeria is a little bit more disciplined, not like Nigeria does not have its own faults. So it might never really, there might never really be a yes or no answer to this. Somebody said it really doesn't matter where you raise kids. It's about parenting. But sometimes you will be the best parent in the world and the children will still turn out rough. All right, I've got a guest with me. Hello, please introduce yourself and share your
Hello,
thoughts.
my name is Isi and I'm calling from United Kingdom. I live in Essex, precise. Yeah, I, th- I think I agree with Victor, to be honest. I think it's best to raise your kids where you live.
But I want
Because
to
if
ask a
you,
question. One of my friends and Free Nation members brought her kid
yeah,
back to Nigeria from the UK. So that doesn't
yeah,
always work. Yes, it is
yeah,
good for you to live there and offer a supervisory role in the life of your children, but sometimes it's not always the best. Where are your kids? How
yeah.
many kids do you have?
I've got 4 kids and we all live in the United Kingdom. And you mentioned something that, going to Newcastle and living in that area, is sort of a good, area to raise the kids. But I also say that, I support that motion, to be honest, because if you live inside London, it's very rough and it's not really a good environment to raise children. But if you live in the suburb of London, corridors of London, so to speak, you have good schools and you don't have all the, roughness, so to speak, of the UK. So it's best to actually raise kids outside London, you know. Um, if you raise kids, inside London, you have loads of, gun crimes, knife crimes, and everything going on around there. Yeah, and also, I'll also say, it depends on how, you're raising your kids. I always tell my kids, when you are outside, you are in United Kingdom, but when you are home, you are in Nigeria. So I raised them with, values, how we were raised when we're growing up. And I sort of balance it up with, United Kingdom cultures as well. There are some, of those cultures that are good and there are some that are bad. So I sort of like picked from, our culture and United Kingdom culture. And I raised my kids, with that, so to speak. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for your contribution. Okay, let me
Yeah,
see if
you're welcome.
there's Simply Vic, I don't know what's wrong with your phone. I sent you a request, it's not coming in.
Yes. So that's me. I have to dash now. Going
All
back
right,
to
my
work. I
darling.
just got
Thank you so
some
much. Thank
interesting
you
one.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Cheers now. Yeah.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. So let's go. I'm sending requests to quite a few people. I want to hear their sides of the story. Did you ever have to send your children back home? And Naija, you did. What do you think? Would you rather raise your children at home or abroad? That's one. I've sent you requests. Simply Vic, accept my request. Um, Instagram seems to be acting up. Go live. Do you raise your children in Nigeria? Did you regret it? Do you raise your children abroad? Do you think it is better? You understand? We have our guest from last night, Blackface Naija. Blackface joins us live. Oh, shit, brother. Ha, Amedu.
Please.
Oh boy, we not talk our talk finish yesterday. Instagram remove
Yes,
after 1 hour because one guy can't they use all this strong that for Instagram you are not allowed to say shit or the f word. So one guy been come, I don't block the guy since. So they know they allow me go live past 1 hour and it can be so frustrating.
easy, I understand.
How you
So,
day?
man, I've been fine though. I've been fine. I woke up on the right side of the bed. And fortunately for me, today I put the records I've been putting out because you know the fans have been craving for Plantation Boys album. So me, I've been working on that ground. So today now, finally now, I put out an album for Plantation Boys out for the fans.
Now let's talk about Plantation Boys. Who are the Plantation Boys now?
Now the Plantation Boys.
You did near fan or something they blow it, they affect the audio. Fan or window.
No, now because I did for you know, and they use this headphone, probably maybe that's why.
We are not hearing you too well, and this matter they important. I won't hear you well.
Okay. Do they hear me now?
A bit better, but there's still his. You did balcony.
Are they balcony?
You not fit enter house. You fit enter inside house.
Okay, make I enter inside house, but I don't get the lights where I get.
And this light sweet, but the audio. Oh guys, can you hear the audio well? We have blackface of Plantation Boys. It's a bit better, but you know, say breeze go they blow, Hamatan breeze go they cool you.
Yeah, Hamatan breeze. So basically, I want to make the band now like a band that doesn't have to have a particular face. So it's going to be a band that will still be making music regardless whether members go or members stay. So we're going to always have various features in the album, but I'm still keeping the name of the band alive because the story they wanted to propagate is that Plantation Boys came and it went down.
Who wants to propagate this story?
You know, that's the story they've been propagating, which is Blackface went down with the Plantation Boys going down. So they say because Plantation Boys went down, Blackface went down. He didn't do well as a solo artist. Now I want to let them know that plantation is going to resurrect and come back. And then they can now see that the band will have more music for the fans because the fans crave for it, and the members that were before they want to come to the table to talk about satisfying the fans. And I'm the leader. I didn't like that. I just felt like, well, on easy lies the head that wear the crown. If I have to do this project on my own, I got to fund it. I got to make sure I get it to the fans, and that's just what I did, and it came out today.
Okay. Now let's talk about legal issues. Who owns the brand Plantation Boys? Is it,
Mr.
do you
Amidu
own
Augustine.
it?
Mr. Amidu Augustine, yes.
How did you come to own it when there were three members, that is Two-Face, Blackface, and Face?
Everything always have a plan. I guess they were just people that were going to pass through the system of the Plantation Boys. Because Thierry Henry was a member of Arsenal. Today he's no longer a player. He doesn't have to carry the team with him. Do you understand? He doesn't have to carry the team with him. He can even go to join another player. Suarez was a player in Liverpool. He doesn't have to carry Liverpool with him. So if they were members of Plantation Boys, they don't have to carry Plantation Boys with them. They can go and leave the band alone. That's what I'm just trying to prove.
I understand. The name Plantation Boys is registered legally to who?
Amidu Augustine, Mr. Amidu Augustine.
Okay. What about music done in the name of the group Plantation Boys? The Plantation Boys old catalog. In whose name is it registered?
Now, all the music that are registered in Plantation Boys' name have the different contributors and songwriters and different producers. Those producers will get their credits and get their royalties due based on their contributions. Because their credits will be given. It's not going to be something that's going to hang in the air and nobody is seeing it, or nobody knows who is doing or who is controlling it, or who is making sure people get paid. But right now, I have to step into the picture to make sure all the credits are given to each person. Each writers get their writer's share to the ratio that they deserve. And if they have any conflict about it, they can come. That's why they have reverse works. We discuss, if you say, I need 30%, then we say, okay, we want to give you 30%, then we go reverse the works and we decide to give you 30%. If you deserve the 30%. But if you didn't write a song, you don't expect to have any percentage in it, do you?
Now, Plantation Boys, I'm aware. I was part of the Plantation Boys story a long time ago, and I'm aware of the talent. I stayed with you guys more than once. Um, I was saying this yesterday. In two different places, when you were with More Money and when you were with the other guy, and even in your own house, when you guys finally got your house, I came and stayed with you a couple of times. You understand? So I know of the story and the talent and the amazing works the Plantation Boys did. But do you think what they did in the late 90s can be replicated in a way that it will suit the audiences in 2024?
Okay, now, when you talk about that, I want to let you know that Plantation Boys is a unique band. A band that has catalogs that people that are like you, that were like we when they were young, now they are really the people that should be, they are the movers and shakers of the industry now. And most of them were carved from the mentality of that music that we brought in. And we let them know that you can achieve anything, and we let them know that anybody in Nigeria can be great. Regardless of your tribe, we can merge together, which is the reason why Faith, that is an Igbo guy, I could agitate for him to join us as a band. For us to know that unity is key, not division.
Were you the one that brought Face, or it was a joint agreement? Because if I remember,
I was the one that brought Face.
if I remember the story back then, there was some karaoke contest in Victoria Island.
I took Face and the sister there. I registered them at the karaoke competition. I was the one that took two of them there. I knew if Face doesn't win, the sister will win, and we're definitely going to be going home with money. I was the one that took them there.
So it was from that karaoke competition that you picked.
No, after this, I'd already started agitating for him to be a member before the karaoke.
What was Two Face's response? What was Two Face's response when you wanted to bring Face?
It was like he didn't want it. But I knew what I wanted because I'm the leader of the band. I know what I want. I know the harmony.
Is Two Face aware that you were the leader of the band? Was he aware then?
He should be unconsciously and normally, because I was the one that was funding the recording, and I was the one that was providing where we were going to stay. I was the one basically doing everything. He was just the vocalist. And he was writing too. I'm not disputing. But thank God for his big break. But in the long run, if you have love for the band, you'll be like, what's up? Let's go. Let's go to the O2 Arena. The Plantation Boys live on the arena. The whole crew is going to turn out. It's going to be a sold out arena. Then we can talk about love. Then we can talk about peace in the world. Then we can talk about unity as a band. Then we can talk about community with each other. That is what the band stands for.
Now, this is 2024. Sorry, Black. This is 2024.
You can match up with that. That's what I'm saying. Because if Plantation Boys have a show, definitely in the O2 Arena, trust me, it will sell out quicker than any other artist right now.
Okay. I want us to have some background history. This is 2024.
They don't want that. Yeah.
This is 2024, and people are now in another mind space and time capsule with regards to the music industry. And many do not know what the history of Plantation Boys was. According to you, I would like to also hear Two Face side and Chibuzo's side, yes, from the time he joined, but Two Face side and your side, because you were the foundation members of the Plantation
Yeah.
Boys. So how did Plantation Boys start? It was rumored that you guys started in secondary school. How true is that? Can you take us back to that time
No,
frame?
no, no. We didn't start in secondary school. We were all doing our different craft in secondary school. And I was ahead of him by a year, which is innocent. So I was ahead of him by a year. So in the long run, I knew that he had talent to sing. It was not a thing. It was after I had left school and I'd gone home after secondary school. Then when I decided to say, okay, instead of you trying to do what you're doing alone, it's better for us to form a team. And he didn't understand me too well. Then he went to Jos. From there he came to meet me in IMT. I'll be like, my music is still giving me problems. And that was how I said, let's go, because I have a plan, which is to create a band. But you can't be jumping from one band to the other. Let's stick and make something happen. And that was it. And that was how Plantation Boys came to Lagos, and we took the industry by storm.
Let us talk about the name. Let us talk about the name Plantation Boys. How did it come into existence? Who named the band Plantation Boys?
Well, you know my father is a farmer, Dr. Freeze. That is My father is a farmer. After retiring from being a soldier, he became a farmer. And so as I started tilting the soil, like farming, so I got used to that. And my daddy is the person that played me all those records that I could hear Bonnie M sing, Plantation Boy, Plantation Boy, and when I'm in a farm and I'm working, I'm like, man, I'm a plantation boy for real, because the chains are going to be broken, because I want to be free from this slavery. I want to go and be big in the world with great talent. And that was it. And so we chose names. There was TXS Farsis, and then I said TXS Farsis is like, and Plantation Boys was the next thing I could bring to the table, and we decided to use it. And there was an intro for us in the first place with the Plantation Boys song by Bonnie M, which I did not want to make a whole record, but they said we should make it a whole record. But I said we should make it an intro, because we were using it to introduce ourselves as Plantation Boys coming from Benue. So that's just the story about the name Plantation Boys. So Faith joined after that instance, and then they went their separate ways, and they said the band should not continue, and I said the band should continue.
On the new Plantation Boys ideology and agenda, where does Chaibu, sorry, that is Face, where does he stand?
Well, you see, this is the problem with when you sit on a fence, you have to take a stand. When we were going solo, I told him that, look, let's be together as Plantation Boys still, and we'll still be making more records with our name. We don't need to go solo and do individual records, but confidence is important. Some persons don't have the confidence. They feel like maybe this is the person that makes the soup sweet. And some other persons feel like, I think I can also match up to that shoe if you only give me the chance. And so maybe he was feeling like, oh, if Mr. Innocent was not going to be available, maybe he was not going to be feeling comfortable, or maybe we had something that was bigger than he thought. But it was all about making music, but Innocent had chosen a path to do this thing on his own. So if he said, let's go and keep the name, we would have kept the name. And he didn't agree for us to keep the name, but I decided I want to keep the name.
So, can you give us a little intro into the music we should be expecting from Plantation Boys?
Yeah, like the new one, yeah? Yes.
Because of copyright issues, can you sing it instead of playing it?
Okay, okay, let me sing it. That'll be cool. That'll be cool because I've been doing the vocal exercise in the morning. So now, there's a song called Why Can't There Be Love? I don't know if you've heard it.
I haven't. I would love to hear
You
it.
haven't.
And guys, please download Plantation Boys. Why Can't There Be Love?
Why Can't There Be Love is out there. So I have a reggae version, I have a house version. So it goes like, why can there be love? Why can there be love amongst us all? Why can there be love? Oh love, oh love, oh love. A love so precious, love so true. A love that comes from me to you. A love that doesn't discriminate. If you were black or white, a love that builds bridges, not walls, a love that binds us all as one, a love that heals up every wound, a love that's patient and kind. Why can't there be love? Why can't there be love amongst us all? Why can't there be love? Oh love, oh love, oh love, oh love, oh love. Spread peace and war. Spread love, not hate. In this marketplace of souls, let compassion cascade. And let peace be the anchor that grants us down. And love is the answer. Love is the answer. Why can't it? Why can there be love? Oh, love. So you understand? It's soul music. So music that will make countries stop fighting against each other. Imagine if you translate this music now to French, if you translate this music now to the language they speak in Ukraine, translate it to the language they speak in Russia, translate it to all the languages in the world, and let there be love across the world. What's wrong with that?
I must give you, I must give it up to you, bro. You really still have the talent. You really still have the vocals. Even a lot of people that were doubting you in the comment section, the moment they heard the vocals, they were like, no, this guy has vocals. You understand? But you see, the music of 2024 requires a lot more than vocals. It requires promotion. It requires the fashion identity of 2024. It requires sometimes a big star. I can see a David O on this. I can see a Kiss Daniel or a Burner Boy on this. What are you doing? What are you doing to try to see how you could get a Rema, an Ira Star, to do a collabo with you on a song like this?
That would have been great, honestly. That would have been great to have me work with them. But you know, I can't force myself to these young cats. They have the way they're doing their things. And you know me, if I don't know you, I don't know how to communicate with you. We've never had a sit out or have a discussion. I don't know what your plans for your music is. I don't know what your contract is. Your contract might be like you should not do no collaboration with the Blackface Naija. It might be there in your contract, so you avoid me even if I say hello. Do you understand? So I don't really, you know, when I try to
I want to use this opportunity.
I'm getting a team together. Once I get a team together that will be able to help me reach out, I've been reaching out. We're going to reach out more.
You see, Blackface.
Yeah.
I might not. You know, I used to be a singer. You remember?
Yes.
Yes. I left the music industry.
You know.
I left the music industry, but I never departed from it. I still watched it grow and evolve. Black, my advice for you is, you have a good song, you have good vocals, you have a good story and a good history. You need promotion. You need to work with the hit makers of today's world. And Don Jazzy, Don Jazzy has been so generous. He has given people money. He has given people money for foundations. He has dashed out 20 million the other day to someone. He bought a Rolex. Don Jazzy, I'm appealing to you. Blackface is my guy. We don't need money.
Nice.
He doesn't need money. Let me not say we, because I'm not part of Plantation Boys. He doesn't need money. All he needs is a collabo with any one of your top ranking artists.
Yeah, that would just be perfect.
This is an appeal to Don Jazzy. This guy and my guy, we go way back 25 years. He still has it. Can somebody tag Don Jazzy here? Don Jazzy is one person. You see, it is harder to get to. Why am I not mentioning Burna Boy? It's very hard to get to him. The second person I will mention is Davido. Don Jazzy first, because Don Jazzy is older. Then Davido. Those are the two people that, if they can come out, please tag them. Please. All we need is Davido to come and cough on this song. Make David just come cough. Finish.
Just shake me.
Make it just come, say Blackface and Davido. Or make Don Jazzy just carry any of him, Rema Neo, Ira Neo, any of his top 15 more minutes.
I get.
So please, because you see, when you were younger, you could walk the walk. Now, you need people to walk. There is a totally new generation of music making out there. Sometimes even the music is like wine. Let me tell you something. Honey is sweet. They know they teach person to understand honey. But red wine, it gets it bitter. It gets it be. It's an acquired taste.
Yes.
Even today's music is an acquired taste for people like us. We have to understand it. We have to get to it. We cannot. That is why you notice people like Bonnie M, Boys to Men. These are people that control generations of music. They cannot do anything now and anybody will answer them. Unless they come to the Baba Saleh of the music industry today. The Kanye Wests, the Davidos, the Don Jazzys. You understand? And work through them, with them, to have access to their audiences, their fan base, their people. So please, Don Jazzy, I've never asked you for a favor before, ever in my life. If there's anything I'm going to ask you for publicly, Don Jazzy and David O, please, one song each from the two of you with Blackface.
Oh, let's go.
Please.
Let's change the world.
Let's do just for me, because Blackface was my best man at my wedding. Eno was supposed to be my best man, but he had an accident. Up until 1 week before, he was still bedridden. I had no best man. I just went to meet this guy you are looking at today. I went to meet him in Festac. I say, Black, I not get best man. Black, I don't even know where to sew suits because I was an Ibadan boy. They used to come and look for me in Ibadan. I say, Black, I not get suit. Blackface said, no worry, Mo, go Yaba. I had a car. So we all got into my car. We drove down to Kese Jabari in Yaba. We went to take measurement for our suits. Blackface bought a suit just to be my best man. I cannot see him struggling with. I love Two-Face. I love Two-Face beyond words. Two-Face is my brother. But Black is my brother too. And I thought about it this year. I said, no matter my relationship with Two-Face, which is always going to be cordial because I love Two-Face, I still have to remember that this man too is my brother. I still have to remember that Chaibu too is my brother. I still have to remember that Olu Maintain, Tolu Maintain, and all those people, Paul Play, Dairo, Teju Babyface, all those people that we struggled the industry.
Yes.
There was a day me, Paul Play, Teju Babyface, Wait till me this sound Sultan brother name. Baba D. Baba D get one dancer wey be Oyinbo then. They pack all of us inside Danfo for London. We dey go Manchester. I think Basketball 2 was with us. Basketball was there. Omo Baba was there. Teju Babyface was there. I was there. Baba D was there. Paul Pledairo was there. And one Ghanaian comedian. They carry us inside Danfo. Those buses where they use do Danfo for Nigeria, but the clean version. Now they use carry us, go Manchester, go perform. This was the beginning of this industry now where you go see a Rema rider. Rema go ask you for private jet. Those days they pack us inside bus, carry us waka. And this man was there even before that story. I remember when they bought their first car, one Benz like this, where we go carry for night. They carry go house, the silencer fall for road. Where the silencer fall for road. You understand? Where we can't turn back, go carry the silencer. Continue the journey to first start. So this man has talent. He is misunderstood. Yes, he can have his way that can be annoying and black. I go tell you, Yusef, you know Sabi manage people well, but you get talent, and I don't want that talent to end. Let this message get to Don Jazzy. Let this message get to Davido. Those are the two people that I know. If it requires me and you go Don Jazzy gate, mo knock, mo they use stone drive us. I ready go.
I beg, I don't send you my number already.
David, please let us. Blackface never really had an opportunity. He never really had an opportunity. I'm saying this after Plantation Boys, Face had hits. Two-Face had back-to-back hits. Black never really had an opportunity. Maybe 2024 and 2025 is that year when we give him an opportunity. DM this video to Don Jazzy. DM this video to Davido. Those are the two people that and if after that we give him a song, or we feature on a song, or we give him those Don Jazzy beats, or Davido brings some of his producers or some of his adjusters, and then it not work, Black, then we go no say it not work. But we cannot say it not work until it work.
Let's try. Because I know it's going to work. Because I don't know if we don't supposed to get to this working with all this thing for some time. But then never a wrong time to do the right thing, and I think God has time for now. You know, I believe so. You know. So I'm really honored. I'm really like, thank you for bringing me on and for me to be able to.
No problem, brother. When you joined last night, you know, we're talking about relationships. And almost in network. Is it me? Okay, you guys can see that means it's Blackface. Someone said with Burna Boy, I don't think I have the connect I have with Davido. David is my brother. If you not tag him, if you not disturb him where we're inside this video, go answer us. And Don Jazzy. Sorry, guys, network is pretty bad. I'm trying very hard to. I'm trying very hard to start afresh. What's the problem? Uh-huh. Let's see if this can work. So we're trying to come live. MTN told me that my data was about to run out, but I did not believe it will run out this quickly. So let me use my Airtel. Let me go back to my Airtel. Yes, 16 Pro, that's the Airtel. Okay, so sorry guys, my data finished. How did that happen? IPNX has not been working for 2 days. IPNX no dey work. IPNX they no dey work. 2 days I'm having to use MTN data to go live, and I have fiber optic in my house. Bob Otto says, aren't you tired of this matter? Did anybody ever tell you that your mother was a comedian? Just a very slow one. It took her 9 months to make a joke. You are the joke. Your mom's a comedian. It took her 9 months to make a joke. Olórí burúkú. Já kúrò lórí live mi no better for your papa olóṣì burúkú. Where is he? Já padà. Sigbo. Fada ẹ̀. Èmi ò ń ṣọmọ lọ lé lọ gbèsè ọ̀rọ̀ ó bá ta fèlèfèlè. You go collect. Now I'm suffering a lot because of that guy. You know, go better for that one guy where I bring come my life that year. You know, go better for that guy. Anywhere that guy did, things will just they spoil for him. Now Lori Buruku, that guy we can't use bad words for my life. Do you know that? Let me show you how bad the situation is. I don't have many people watching my live because I've been blacklisted. Here, let me show you something. This is my backup account. This is my backup account, Daddy FRZ. Can you see the top? I'm not even notified that I am live on my main account. I cannot see that I'm live. I'm seeing other people's stories. I'm seeing other people live, but I cannot see that I'm live. For me to see myself live, I have to literally search for myself. Then when I search for myself, you see me there and you can see me live. That's the only way. Then I can now click on the live. Live, I have to literally search for myself. Then when I search for myself, you see me there and you can see me live. So I've been shadow banned because I brought someone to my live who could not control either his brain or his mouth. So I'm suffering from two main things right now. How do I forgive somebody that is affecting my source of income? How do I forgive someone that is affecting my community? How do I forgive someone that is hindering my message? Many people are not seeing my notification and they're complaining. Someone said, I missed Sunday service because of this. Anybody who was in the live that day will remember the kind of words that guy used. I believe in forgiveness and I've forgiven the guy. It's not nice that I was shakering for the guy. It came from a place of anger. Be meaning. I warned them. I begged them. I plead with them. Be careful. Be mindful of the words you use. Now, Bonner boy, act me matter with the talk that day. See where Baba carry him go. And I'm the one that has to pay for it now. And up till now, IPNX have decided that they will not work. IPNX, if you're not saying you're not ready to do this network work, more go find work. More go find another set of people they work with. You don't understand how annoying it is. You go there in the middle of live, wakam, they don't come out. You there in the middle of live. Look at blackface. Where am I going to? This was what happened last night. The young can't come out. Now again, they don't. See, I go come begin to find blackface up and down. Black, where are you? Black, come back to the live. As in, you guys don't understand. To some people, social media is a joke. To some people, social media is where they catch crews. To us, it is our church. To us, social media is our business, our office. Don't spoil it for us. If you not get what you they use and do, go back to your factory work. That guy be like factory worker. Go your factory, go work. Leave us alone. You don't understand how this thing they run. You won't come spoil them on our behalf. Anyway, let us use this opportunity. Let us use this opportunity to let us use this opportunity to go back to our topic, and that's our original topic that brought us here in the first place. And the topic is Nigeria or abroad. Where is the best place to raise kids? If you're enjoying the live, pop my money gun on TikTok. I will read your comments, super chat, super stickers, and super likes on YouTube, and buy my stars on Facebook. So, okay.
But obviously, you are in Lagos. Definitely enjoy using Starlink as a backup. That's only if you have good people around there.
I don't know who can install it. I don't know who can do it well. I'm just frustrated. I'm tired of this. What's this people called? IPNX. I'm tired. They don't react. Social media is your. So now I want to buy MTN data. Come in. What's up?
Obviously.
No. Close my door.
I think
I'm not even sure what network it is. Could it be yours or mine? I want to buy data now on MTN because MTN seems to work. It's just that the data finishes too quick. 5K yesterday, 5K today. So be like saying at 10K I go buy it now. MTN. How do I have, what's my MTN number, Seth? I just dial my other number.
Okay, you are using MTN network, right?
Yes, it's been working fine. It's just that the network is like 5K a day each time I come live. Okay, I've seen the number. So let me just buy data on it. I don't know my MTN number because I know they ever use them. Okay, that is it. Copy. I just do 10K on it. And how do I buy data again? Zenith Bank. By the way, Zenith Bank has really been trying these days. We need to give them credit. They had a bit of a downtime the other period, and everybody was like, man, wait, Zenith Bank is not good. Wait, GTB this, GTB that. When GTB start their own like this, I want mad. Then everybody was like, oh, they are old banks, Access Bank. My wife still they deal with Access Bank drama till today. It's like all Nigerian banks just decided that they just want to mess us up. No, it's not transfer. Sorry, just 1 second, guys. Airtime purchase. Mobile number. MTN. Mobile number. Amount 10,000 naira. 10,000. Sorry guys, I'm working on this. Okay. So Femi, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. Yes.
Okay, I just bought.
I can see
you can see I just bought MTN data 10K. Balance is that. Okay, so let me now do. Let me lock it before it goes to start deleting using my account. MTN data plans. Can you see what IPNX is doing to me? MTN data plans.
So DM is not experiencing real Nigerian.
I swear. What's the best MTN plan? MTN monthly data plan. In all fairness, MTN has been the one billing. My problem with MTN now is you can only put 3 devices on it. At least Airtel will allow you more devices. But those 3 devices, they will work well, but you can't add a 4th device.
Router?
No, I'm using this one. This is my Airtel. I'm using it to do hotspot. And this is my MTN. I'm using it to do hotspot. So the other phones can all work because of these 2 hotspots. Pending when IPNX decide that they will stop their Oriburuku and come and give us the network we paid for. Hourly plan, daily plan, 3-day plan, weekly plan, monthly plan. So make I use monthly plan. We think concern me with daily plan or 3-hour plan. No wonder people they off their network. They go do 1-hour plan. Our network.
No, now you can.
Our network.
But I don't really believe in offering this network of a thing, though, because it makes no difference to me or for me.
153. I get people where you must call them first. You must call their phone first to tell them to on their data. Say you want to send them something. 312 153. Let me just quickly buy 25 gig. Is there anyone higher than 25 gig? Okay, 40 gig. You have exhausted your data. I know, that's why I'm buying new data now. Keep trying. Dismiss. I did buy new data. I know say I don't exhaust them now. 153. 153. Go to 312. Oh, you answer me. Oh.
These people,
They say valid for 30
like,
days.
seriously.
Text 153 to 312. Okay, I buy 25 gig. At least, hopefully, that one will last when these people decide to come back.
Maybe they're having technical glitches.
How can you have technical hitches? Do you know that if I was in Romania in 2018, they have these tram trains that use electricity in the city. If light should go, it means people will be stuck in the train. So light cannot go.
It has to work 247.
It has to work.
But that's Nigeria for you, DF. You know, in Nigeria, do you give you an instance now? Normally, this is how I make my subscription. And I really regretted not buying that Starlink earlier. To me, 300,000 naira was expensive until I know Starlink is now 500,000, 600,000. This is how I do it. I'm going to buy Glo, Airtel, MTN. Now, let me tell you the most frustrating among them all. The most frustrating is Nine Mobile. Nine Mobile can just take network for 7 days and they will not notify you. They will not even give you any notification. You just realize that on your phone, on your MiFi network for 7 days. Then after 7 days, they will now give you access to the internet again. And I just wonder people that always depend on that for long. But the thing is, those people have customer service now. Like don't they always maybe send you message, your update.
They send, but I don't want to hear excuses. Why am I paying you if you are giving me excuses? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why? I don't want to hear any excuses, any at all. Maybe 1 hour downtime. How can you have 2 days downtime as a network provider? 2 days.
That's bad. That's not really good, actually. To be honest, it's not really good. But unfortunately, we live in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country where anyhowness is the order of the day. And when you live in any other country, you have to have backup plan. And it's good now that the freeze is using the Airtel. So that the freeze is now, enjoying the life of every citizen like us now. Knowing our frustration every day. When we talk about Nigeria, that the freeze can now guess our pain and our
it's painful. It's painful.
So I believe possibly before the end of the week, they will definitely restore that and you'll be able to enjoy it.
So I have to wait to the end of the week. Sorry, I want to switch to the MTN. I've just bought the data plan on MTN, so I'm going to switch there. Just hold on a second. Oh, I say this country now, evil forest. Okay, I'm back now. Is it clearer? This is now the MTN. Before I was on Airtel, so this is MTN now. Oh gosh, Nigeria, you are stressing me. Okay, so Femi Aderogba, what are your thoughts raising children in Nigeria or raising children abroad? Where do you think is the best?
You know that the phrase I've been avoiding answering this nature of question because before the abroadian conflict, I've never lived abroad, so I have to be very careful. I have friends abroad. I talk every day, and they share their perspective. Having getting different encounters of people, I realized that the first thing is based on individual experience. That is the first thing. And one major factor is the nature of job they do abroad will determine whether you will be best at training your children abroad or it will be good for you to send them home. For instance, there are some people, in Yoruba, they call it fashe. When they work to the extent that they may not even go out the day. And in that case, they may struggle to even get someone that can, care for their child.
possibly in the day or when they are away. Or if they are in Nigeria, whether you like it or not, if you leave your house, sometimes around 8 to 4, you shall.
Let me look for something to hold my phone with.
Okay, so you shall find someone who you can pay to actually, first take care of the child for a while. So when it first comes to this child care of a thing, honestly, if we look at the cost, Sister Billy, can you mute your mic so that I will not be breaking? Please.
Oh, sorry.
All right, thank you. So, number one, if you look at the cost of childcare abroad and at home, if we look at it from the availability of both parents, it's cheaper to do that in Nigeria than abroad. That's the first thing. The second thing is that individual. This is where the individual encounter comes from. For instance, now so many people actually have issues. Possibly, like there are some parents now that during their university days now they had 4-year courses and they spend 8 years and they end up in 8 years. No matter how you want to tell them, they will always find a way to prefer that they will always make their children to even get trained abroad and getting trained in Nigeria. So, but one thing I've come to understand, like Simply Vic said earlier, is best, if we look at it logically, is best to actually train your children where you live. There is nothing so strong as that statement, because where you live, you'll be able to study your children. You'll be able to look at their potentials, their limitation, their character defect. In fact, what they are experiencing. You see, no matter how you want to do it, the way your children will have conversation with you as a parent, it will be different with the way they will have conversation with other individual. What just make difference sometimes is that when there is no other alternative, children will not have choice than to always try to have conversation, possibly with who is actually caring for them at that hour. But like Mr. Victor said, I will definitely go with the fact that, number one, if the time is there, it's best to train your children. It's best to train your children where you live. But if you don't have the time abroad, the best way to do it is send your children back home. If you have good grandparents, can actually make things work in order for you. It's very good for you to send your children back home and let them care for your child. If the time is not there, definitely sending them back home will be a good option.
All right, my sister, what are your thoughts?
I partially agree with him, partially, not fully. We have to take it from the age bracket of the kids, because sometimes it's with the age brackets, you can, you don't want to have kids at a certain age. You leave them for somebody to take care of them, because those are the foundational age where you imprint whatever you think, however you want your child to be. Sometimes you teach them, they don't turn out the same way, but I think when you make up time for your kids, especially when they're still younger, you tend to have a better outcome. But here in the U.S., abroad, I don't know, I'll talk about U.S. where I am. A lot of people want to work. Both parents are working. Mom is working. Dad is working. They drop their kids at the daycare. They don't know. Some of us, like we work 12 hours. So when situations like that arises, you might not be that best mom or best dad. Because if you look at it, some people will work like straight 4 days, 5 days out of a week. And then how many days do you have with the kids? So it's a win-win situation. So if you're the type, as he said, if you're the type that likes to work and you're comfortable sending your children to grandma, it's up to you. But I wouldn't do it. I would say when they are still young, I would say stay home, let the dad work, and mom stay home and take care of them kids. If you can get your kids when they're like up to like
10 years, I think they are good enough to, like, be able to speak up for themselves if something happens to them and all that good stuff. So then another age group is the adolescents is from 0 to 12. After 12 or 13, they're growing to have their own mindsets. That's a whole different type of growing. That's when some people put their kids in boarding schools in Nigeria. And that's when kids over here start having their own mind, telling you how they want it to be done. So it's tough. So I would say if you have imprinted something, some level of responsibility to the kids, you shouldn't have a problem. I would rather when you're with your kids, stay with your kids at least to a certain age. So even if, like me, if I have to send my kid, I'll send my kid out from maybe 14, 15. Let them go learn there's somewhere they can take lights, somewhere you can stay, you won't be able to eat. So that they can see a different type of lifestyle. Because some, like my kids don't even believe things like that happen. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, my lovely sister. A brother just joined us. Brother, what is your take on this matter?
Yes. Good afternoon, Daddy Freeze.
Good afternoon.
So, if we were to I'm from right now, I've studied in Northern Cyprus and I've also been to South Africa. I'm actually going for my master's in Germany. So I have some experience in this because I've seen families that their children have grown up in abroad than in Nigeria. And I believe that abroad, depending on the kind of country you are in abroad, the children becomes better. They get more exposed to things that can develop their mindsets better. For example, kids that grow up in South Africa have more values and certain education systems. They think differently than kids that will grow up in Nigeria. In Nigeria, there's a lot of bad influence. And if you have the opportunity to send your kids to abroad, I will definitely recommend it.
But so many people abroad bring their children back to Nigeria because of the bad influences abroad.
So that's why I said I would disagree in that in Nigeria there are so many bad influences. It all depends on the area you live. And like I said earlier, which Mr. Victor said, that the best thing you can do is to allow your children to be trained where you live. One thing there is that when we are talking about bad influence, is a matter of timing. For instance, now, if you live in Nigeria, if you don't have time for your children, definitely there will be bad influence. If you live abroad, if you don't have time for those children as well, the bad influence will always be a factor. To me, I respect your thought, and I wouldn't want to argue your thought. But one thing I've come to discover is that individual schedules always determine why and where they should train their children. Like this, my auntie said earlier, I said, when we have a situation whereby the parents, they don't really have that time to care for their children, like they are both busy job-wise. No matter how you want to do it, there is nothing you can do. Those child, they will definitely get to behave just anyhow. But when we are talking about Nigeria, my brother, I don't believe with you that Nigeria has that kind of bad influence, the way the social media magnify it. One thing I know that we make a big issue in Nigeria is about the facilities. Number one, if you are training your children in Nigeria, if you have the money, if you put your children in good private school, honestly, you may not really feel the impact. That's number one. Number two, the major thing I will not ever advise someone who is abroad to bring their children to Nigeria is based on security. Whether you like it or not, the security in Nigeria is not that kind of okay. A child may want to explore all different parts of Nigeria the way they do abroad, and may not be sensitive to the insecurity in Nigeria. So if you have a child that loves to explore, if you are not in Nigeria, don't bother to bring your children home, because you may be risking the life of your children when it comes to security stuff. But that bad influence to me, I felt is relative. It's based on how the parents handle the children and based on the environment you live. That's my own personal belief.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
So I give you a story now. I have a true life story. I have a brother that was going to Unilag. There was of cultists in Unilag. I think it was called Black Hawks that was trying to bring in them. You can never see cultists in abroad. Nobody cares about you. It's just you, your school, your business. So that is one thing staying in Nigeria. And also in Nigeria, there's a lot of social unrest apart from the youth. There's a lot of unrest.
Chichi Obama, I want to bring somebody. Please come out. I'll bring you back. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please let me quickly respond to John Esek. John Esek, if you I told you the free street, I said I know they live up.
Okay.
That I can.
Get me my
but
Pepsi Light from the freezer.
John Esek, I personally to that field, I said I'm not God, but I can only use the experience of people I have conversation with and can always relate some of the things about abroad parents. So I am not trying to be like I'm not talking about, but please, John Esek, be careful. I beg you. I beg you.
Hi, Daddy Freeze.
Hello, my darling sister. How are you doing? Go ahead.
I'm good. So let me talk about my experience. I'm so shy, guys. Sorry, I wasn't expecting this.
Oh yeah, let's see you.
Okay, let me talk about my experience.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Thank you. So my story is my parents took me to Nigeria when I was one second, let me off my parents took me to Nigeria when I was 3 years old, and my parents were living in the US, like in America here. So I pretty much did my primary school in Nigeria and my secondary school in Nigeria. They told me they wanted the best for me, you know, they wanted me to experience Nigerian culture because I was in Nigeria when I was 2. I came to the US and they took me back to Nigeria because they told me that in the US here you have to start school when you're 6-year-old, which is true. Because I have a daughter and you know that's how it is in the US. And they told me you have to start school when you're 6-year-old, and most of my cousins were already going to school, and they told me that I usually cry when I was 2. I wanted to go to school. My cousins were going to school, so they took me back to Nigeria. I went to Nigeria. I did my primary school education. I did my secondary school education in Nigeria. So I usually come once in a while for summer vacation, you know. I went to like the best schools, to be honest, like one of the best schools in Nigeria to me because my parents told me to choose the school I wanted to go to for secondary school. So they told me that I should go to like a boarding house, you know, which I would say was really good because I had very great experience when I was in Nigeria in my secondary school. You know, I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of friends in Nigeria, and I was able to learn a lot of Nigerian cultures. So when I came, I finished. Sorry, what did you say?
I said, what is the state? The state where you study your secondary school.
Lagos, Nigeria. I went to Methodist Girls High School.
In Lagos.
Yes, in Lagos. So my parents took me back to Nigeria to school. Like, to be honest, my story is so funny because I didn't like it, you know, because I was not having that parent figure in my life when I was growing up, because most of my friends, you know, during school, they were with their parents. For me, wasn't with my parents. I really felt so sad about it because I usually just see them once in a while, maybe during summer, or sometimes I don't see them during summer. If I had GCE to write or, you know, those kind of exams to write, I can't go for summer holiday. Which they really took care of us when we were in Nigeria, but to be honest, it could affect the child emotionally and mentally when they grow up. I'm not going to lie to you. Because we still talk about it with my parents till now. Like, why did you guys leave us in Nigeria? I felt abandoned. That's what I tell them. I felt very abandoned because I felt like you guys were here and we were in Nigeria. But to be honest, at the long run, it's good. It's good because it would make the child very smart. When I came in for my college, I finished high school at the age of 15, 16. I came in for my college. And to be honest, in college, I was top students, distinction, A class. And I was even teaching some people here in American mathematics because I'm very good in maths. And, you know, they'll pay me in college,
which was good because all those things I feel like is good, but everything has advantage and disadvantage because we lived in Nigeria and I lived with my grandparents.
How was living with your grandparents?
Yeah.
Okay. My grandparents were really good because they kind of understood how it is for you not to stay with your parents. I don't know, like it's especially when you're in Nigeria and you see that your parents are in the US, but you're going through Nigeria, you're going through Nigerian schooling. They are beating you in school when you're late, like, and you just feel like, what kind of life is this? There's sometimes I'll just cry. I'll be like, oh my God,
From the grandparents. What can you say about the discipline from the grandparents?
My grandparents were strict. They were very strict. They didn't want us to go anywhere without telling them that this is what we're. They were very strict. I also went to boarding house, so I would say, man, it was a journey, to be honest. It was like 16 years.
Wow.
Like, without my parents, so it was a very long journey. But I love it, and I don't, but I love it. But we still talk about it with my parents. I'm like, why did you guys do that? Why did you guys do that? They'll be like, oh, we wanted the best for you. I still spoke about it with my dad yesterday. Like, why did you do that? They're like, oh, we want the best for you. We want you guys. And when you came, you said that you want to be going to school. Your cousins were going to school, and they said that, oh, you're 2-year-old. We are going to wait till you're 6 before you go to school. And they were like, the way this country is in America, really nobody is there to help you to take care of your child. It's not like Nigeria. That time when I was in Nigeria, people can help you take care of your child, your neighbor, all those things. Everybody minds their business in this country. So it's
exactly.
It's just
talking about bad influence. I was wondering why that there was no bad influence on you. So I wanted to understand that too.
Yes, it really depends on the child, to be honest with you. Because a parent can train you, your grandparent can train you, whoever can train you. But if you come to America, a lot of children that go, their parents send them to Nigeria, they decide to change. Maybe the child was not making their hair as a guy in Nigeria. They come to the US. Oh, because of, they are doing this, let me to do it, peer pressure. Because when I was in college here, a lot of my classmates would be like, oh, let's go to the club after class. But I know myself, I know my dad. Let me get up, and I told my dad I went to the club. He's going to discipline me, So I feel like it depends on you as yourself, because even if you're in college here, you could always do whatever you want, because America is like, if you're 18 and above, your parents don't really have a say in you. So you could do whatever you want in this country, in America. So at
but you yeah, and I'm trying to create a balance.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. You were talking about the cultural aspect, like coming to understand our. Don't you think if you're also living abroad, you would have, understand the same way you understood it in Nigeria?
No, I don't think so. Because to be honest, your parents might not really have much time for you here, because this country is all about they're going to work. Most times you have to pay your bill every month. Every month you have your house bill, except you buy your house full cash. You have your house bill to pay. You have your water bill. You have your light bill. You have rent. You have mortgage insurance. You have taxes. You have a lot of bills to pay. So they will always want to go out to go and work, and they will leave us at home. Or the way American children is, a lot of people could be influenced in school. They could be influenced and start smoking, and we Nigerians, we don't really want our children to turn the bad way. So it really depends on the parents, to be honest, and it depends on the school system. But yeah, a lot of things happen. Even nowadays, we have to be careful, because they are trying to do this transgender thing that, if you're a boy, you can change to a girl, all those things. If it's in Nigeria, if you go to, like, that time I was in Nigeria, or if you're a girl, they'll beat and pray out of you. Pray that's transgender. I don't know about now, but yes, America is like a free country. You can do whatever you want to do.
Into your experience.
Thank God for Obama and Biden. America is a free country.
Yes.
Yes. You are not those who doesn't actually have the time abroad to send their children back home, so that they can get well cultured and well trained.
Yeah, what did you? I didn't get that first part, sir.
Okay, I said from your experience now. You know what? Am I audible now?
Yes, you said from my experience,
Yes, I said a parent that doesn't have the time abroad to take children back home so that they can be well trained and brought up properly.
Funny enough, if you ask my mom this question, she's going to tell you no, because ask her, like, almost every day I talk about it with her. Like, I just feel like sending your parents back home, you might not have that bond with them because you don't grow up together. So you might not, you did not so much to them. I don't know how to explain it. You saw monetary, like money. You saw money to them, but that love, that connection, when you're growing up with your parents, that memory.
Me, I grew up with my parents, and I wish I didn't.
That's what my mom used to say. Like, one man food is another man poison. Like, somebody, you know,
exactly.
Like, yeah. But I really appreciate it because, you know, we are dual citizens. We're like American citizens and Nigerian citizens. So it's like, you know, everything we suffer.
You are making noise.
Enjoy at the end.
Sorry.
The other that is making noise. You have to do that.
I've muted.
Leave that though.
Well, I support all your points. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, it depends on your faith, your belief, and your environment. Now, because we are Nigeria, we grow up with all this kind of discipline, and we believe that's how it should be done. And when you move to another environment, you will see another culture. You see another way they do things. Now, does good kids exist in that environment? Yes, of course.
Yes.
Does the bad kid exist in that environment? Yes.
Yes.
So now, let's say African family in this Western world, whether in UK, Germany, or in America. I mean, US, for example. So African family in United States. Now, you have kids. It depends on the training you give your kids from home.
Yeah.
From 18, they already teach them outside. They read it. It's written everywhere that you are entitled to your own opinion from 18. And some of them still obey their parents even 30 years or until they marry because of the training they gave to them from childhood. Exactly. And the one who will become billion kids will definitely JAPA and do whatever, honestly.
Yeah.
You understand? Are you trying to support? It's best to train your children back up. Are you trying to support that? I don't support that. That's a discipline and it's against the kids' will. Definitely, it will take you away from the kids and you just send the money. You sold your kids to whether to your relative, to your family, or to guidance to do whatever. You just put the kids in their hands and you are supporting with the money. Money is not enough to train kids.
To be honest, it depends. It depends. If your parents, what if your parents don't have the time? Because I feel if they trained me here, I would have been bad, like a bad kid, to be honest with you. I really love the culture I learned from Nigeria. It really helped me, you know, with my upbringing. Like, you know, there are some things I know that I'm not to do. Like, you know, when you are Nigerian, you are cultured, most people. Like, if you listen to your culture, you know, when you're Nigerian, you're cultured. And I feel like it's really helped me too in marital aspect, you know. Like, I don't want to talk about that, another story for another day. But as a Nigerian, you're cultured.
Let me ask my brother a question. Is it possible to actually do 8 to 4 jobs in America? Is it possible? Like doing
of course.
Okay. No, 8 to 4 is different. I hear of 3, but I never helped them to do 2. I already grew myself to make enough in one job in order to feed my own. Now, possible for 2, like the mother and the father, to do 8 to 4 straight.
I'm coming.
Without doing any other also with the 8 to 4. Like the mother is doing 8 to 4, the father is doing 8 to 4. You know, if they do 8 to 4, that means they will have more time for the children, right? Am I right? So it's possible to do, but it depends on their career. plan, some will do night, some will do day. Because they will definitely spend that money on daycare, no matter how.
Exactly. And daycare is so expensive because you pay every week.
But let's talk about reality. Looking at just sketch, let's talk about sketchbook. Do you think most Nigerian abroad, majority of them are doing 9 to 5, or they are doing 2 hours? After 9 to 5, they get another hours.
Most people do like 2 to 3 jobs.
Okay. Now, so, well, at this point, sir, my own opinion is this. It depends on your career. I'm in IT. I make enough with one job. I can even feed my whole family with the wife. So the wife will just be additional to me. Now, if you are not in IT, you are doing petty job that, let's say $20 an hour. Definitely, you would like to do 2, because if you are the type that get carried away with oppressors, you will definitely want to do 2 jobs in order to meet up with those oppressors. Like, they buy new car, you want to buy new car. They buy house, you want to buy house, and all those expenses. So if you want to compete with them, you need to do 2 jobs. So it depends on your career. Let me ask you a question there. If it depends on career, let's not assume that the both parents are doing 2 jobs. The father doing 2 jobs, the mother doing 2 jobs. Do you think it will be easy to raise child abroad? Do you think it will be easy? At all, it will never be easy for them, because they will, even to raise the kids to the level that the kid will stay alone at home, they will pay a lot of money to take care. Wouldn't it be good if such parents now send their kid back for proper training? Well, that's their own interest now at that point, but not my own. I don't support that.
Do you have kids in the US?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's why.
So that means I'm not married yet.
That's why. When you have kids, I need to come back to talk to you to know when you have kids, like to see how you're training them.
Maybe then. So, bro, that means that the answer based on this question is relative. It's based on individual perception, individual profile, and their demographics. So we cannot say this is right and this is wrong. Exactly. Right? But do we believe that if you train your child in Nigeria, the child can actually perform well, both possibly at school, based on skill development, etc. Do we
Yeah, to be honest, Nigerian kids, yes, they are trained well, because I have a 2-year-old, right? If I compare a 2-year-old in Nigeria and a 2-year-old in America, there's difference. To be honest with you, because 2-year-old in Nigeria, they are already experienced that way. Like they are very sharp compared to the 2-year-old.
No, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking a question that in terms of what, where she's talking about
And
being sharp.
you didn't do this thing last time.
Like 2-year-old in Nigeria, they're already teaching them, a lot of things, like maybe poem and different things.
How are you
but
generally?
2-year-old here, when they go to a
How was
daycare,
the work?
it's food they are eating, and just playing toys with
What was
toys
the
or something like that.
breakfast?
But in Nigeria, 2-year-old already seeing a lot of things,
That I ate last
like they
night.
are more. They'll treat them well. Like, oh yeah, do this.
Wait, that same thing you said. The 3 years old, I've seen it here in United States. They do the same things. That's why I say they depend
It's
on
also
home.
stressful. I have to go and get my medicine that I always use.
So
That
if
box medicine that's
you
finished.
don't have the ability, maybe sending them back home will favor you. But I think being in kids'
That one that I
life
drink
will be
every
the
morning.
best.
Yes, being in your
Like
kid's
in
life
those
is the
boxes.
best, to be honest. You will know more about them.
You've
Is it
really,
not possible for you?
and the lack
Female
of
child.
eating is also helping. Apart from that, even the daytime.
Can somebody mute that freeze, please?
Why are you music?
You can't leave out. That is, you enter that is like this. Wow.
Baba, as long as he's not using bad word and what he's saying is contributing towards the conversation and keeping it alive, I am at your mercy.
My boss. I'm loyal, sir.
Una be my own boss too.
Let me ask you.
If una not gather here, I not get work.
Come on, man. Daddy, you be Baba now.
Oh yeah, they talk una tadi egbadun. Sorry, my wife just came home, so I just they greet them. They ask them how office day, everything.
is that not a
Sorry?
question? Let me go. I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, go ahead.
A female child, in terms of raising a female child at home and abroad, you know, for instance, if you are Yoruba, for instance, now, one thing that is very important is that the female child must know how to cook traditional dishes, for instance, now. Are you saying that it's not possible to do that, to train a child to be able to do all those traditional things? Female child, for instance. Yeah, answer me.
Is that my question?
Yes, you, definitely.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible. Now, it depends on the parent if they have the time.
If they have the
It's
time.
possible. If you have the time. Yeah.
Time. That means we can just say
If you have the
everything
time,
is
and it depends on the child. If the child wants to learn, because I have some friends, you know, they are 20 something and they can't cook, and they're in the US, so it really depends.
So
It depends on the child and the parent.
if I'm to add to that, that's where the training comes in play. How you groom your kid from a day old to, is it 3 or 5 years? It really matters. After that age, kid are stubborn. You will get tired of them.
But the time is the problem now. If we have families, if we have families that they are doing 2 jobs in a day, 9 to 5, maybe 6 to 10 whatsoever, how will it be easy for them? That means that if we are even talking about parenting abroad, I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, I can be corrected. That means if we are talking about parenting abroad, that the father or the mother provides their job for parenting. Is that right?
Yes, so that's where our own personal development comes in. If you know you want to start a family, you need to prepare, develop yourself in a way whereby you want to provide for the family, so that one of you will be able to take care of the kid at a certain time. If not, the kid will be for the street. So now sending them back home might now be their option because they will pay less daycare and then the school fees. But for me, that I already developed myself to this stage, have a investment or whatever to take care of my family, I will work less and have time for the kids.
But how realistic it is? That's the question. How realistic it is to just work less and still be able to pay bills? Because that is actually...
Hello, sir. That's what I said earlier. Grow yourself first. I grow myself to this level. When I come to this country, I learn to become an engineer. You understand? I studied to become an engineer before I can even think of, say, I want to start a family, because I have a dream. I have the type of house I want for my family and everything. How can I achieve all these goals? I need to make a certain income. And one thing that is better from America compared to Nigeria is because when you work, you get your money. So, if I can learn this job and make these 6 figures, I know it's enough to feed my family. I already secure one area.
Let me ask MSB one question. MS,
I want to contribute something. It's not everybody that goes abroad that is able to achieve the level of financial freedom and personal satisfaction that our brother here has been able to demonstrate. I also want to have a conversation around something that is very, very important. And that is the fact that we have 1 or 2 people abroad who are doing very poorly. Poorly considered even to their contemporaries in Nigeria. Because it's not every career abroad that is a magical career. You go abroad, like me, I study sociology. If I get a job as a sociologist, where is it going to be? Education? I'll be lucky to earn $40,000 a year. I make more than that in Nigeria. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes.
So now $40,000 a year in America is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's mad money in Nigeria. It's nothing in America.
It's nothing here. It's nothing.
It's nothing. In Nigeria, that's about 60 million naira a year. That means you'll be spending 5 million naira a month. You spend
And
5
they'll
million.
remove the tax.
You see, so let's imagine after tax, you are left with 4 million naira a month in Nigeria. Your rent is about 8 million naira a year. So 2 months saving has covered your whole rent in a great place.
Yeah.
Another 4 million naira will take care of light, service charge, utilities. Another, say, 8 million naira will take care of children. At the end of the year, you have like 20 million naira savings. And you will have lived a good life.
Yeah.
You understand? That's if you don't own your own home. Say every year you can walk away with 60 million. Let's say tax will be like 5 million or 10 million in Nigeria. I don't know how they calculate it. You'll be left with 50 million. Your rent, 8 million. Service charge, light, utilities, 4 million. That's 12 million. School fees for 2 children in very good schools on the island. Let's say 5 million or 6 million a year. That's another 12 million. So that's 24 million, Abby.
Yep.
Petrol, dining out. You will still be left with 20 million naira. So every year you can buy a plot of land worth 20 million naira. Or you can put 20 million naira in crypto. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Every year. So, but then you take that money and convert it into pounds. And you have to live in the UK. Or take that money and convert it into dollars. And you have to live in the US. You are poor. But poverty. Somebody says, Dr. John J says, okay, it wasn't, I thought it was. So, not everybody. My sister Sonia, she was on this live. She said she could not get a job for 2 years in America. I have 2 or 3 people in the UK now. Simply Vic was helping me with one of them. He's here, he's my witness. She's trained. She just can't get a job. It's not automatic. Now, some people, every decade has a career. Every generation has a career that is the career of that generation. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a time when being a doctor was the it thing. You don't want to be a doctor in Nigeria now. You don't want to be a doctor unless you own the hospital, or you are consulting, or you are into this beauty, cosmetic medicine.
Yeah.
I have a friend who is a surgeon. Very brilliant young doctor. Baba, he look himself. He talk to himself. He look at mirror. He talk to mirror. He go learn Botox, fillers, all the cut where they cut do all the cut where they cut do all the cut. Baba, they carry everything go face. Baka, belle. Baba don't hammer. If you call her any 2 conversation, I go begin call you dollar. From one conversation and a series of treatment, he will make a regular doctor's 1 year salary from one patient.
Yeah.
And this was not the case back then. So every generation has its dimension and direction. That is why I tell people the worst people to take career advice from is your parents. It's worst, because the way life was when they were in charge is not the way life is now.
True.
So your parents are very poor, unless you have parents like Aliko Dangote that is in the loop of every generation. Aliko Dangote knows that for him to sell petrol in this generation, he has to understand the mindset of this generation. That's why you notice that he's surrounded with young people. Sharp, young people. Same thing with people like Mike Adenuga. Mike Adenuga, in the year 2000, brought his two sons. One was 19 or 18, the other one was 20, or one was 17, the other was 19. Small children. Carry them, put them as directors in this company. Yeah. Bring ideas. One of them brought the idea of BlackBerry. One of his young sons, small children, brought the idea. Boom, that's how Glow came in with BlackBerry that year.
Wow.
So every generation, sorry guys, network. How una dey? So I was in the middle of a conversation earlier on with the gentleman who joined live, and I want to say something. Yeah, when it comes to raising your children home or abroad, there are many factors that come into consideration when you're making these decisions. And you need to, there is no 1 + 1 is equal to 2 answer in life. Sorry, the break in transmission, and you imagine when we lose transmission, everybody goes because they're not going to get notification that I'm back. Most people won't. Some will get because I'm shadow banned. I was telling my children yesterday, children don't have manual. The other day, I have these microphones. They're made by Green Lion. One day I did not understand. You press, if you look at it now, you press one button, it will turn blue. You press another button to turn purple. I did not understand. I had to go and I grabbed the manual, wore my glasses, began to read the manual. Children don't have manual. The way I raised my first daughter, if I raise my second daughter like that, it will not work. If I apply, I have one of the kids. After 2 years, the mama quarrel or say we don't know where the pikin they live. She just tell me, say she dey go school. She will find house. She found the first house. I knew somebody, so I talked to the person. I said, please, my child wants to stay in your accommodation. After a while, the guy's accommodation stopped working. So my daughter just came in one day and said she has found a new accommodation. I said, how much is it? It says more expensive than the other accommodation. Okay, no problem. Is it more convenient? Do you have everything? Like, yes. Take money. My daughter was living in this place for 2 years. We don't know where pikin they live. She just called, Daddy, I'm on my way home. Daddy, I'm going to school tomorrow. No monitoring. We never carry our phone and call her, where are you? What are you doing? When are you coming home? We just forget them. Because of her attitude to life. She's on a 2-1, strong 2-1, leader of group in her department, trading crypto on the side, just doing normal things. We have other children that when they tell you are going to school, you will call somebody in the school. Have you seen them? So there is no manual for raising children. You cannot say children are best raised abroad. Neither can you say children are best raised in Nigeria. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot say children are best raised abroad. Neither can you say children are best raised in Nigeria. Some children abroad fit them. Some children Naija fit them. Some children city fit them. Some children village fit them. You can never apply the same stencil to read harmony into the child upbringing narrative. You can't. Somebody said children are best raised under the roof of responsible and available parents. There are children that you will raise under the roof of responsible and available parents and still will turn out wrong. And there are children that you will raise under unavailable and irresponsible parents and will still turn out right. I've told you 100% there's no formula. You might be more likely to succeed with certain scenarios than with others, but do not kid yourself into believing there's any particular narrative. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. It doesn't exist in real life. It doesn't exist in real life. I remember a story. They were interviewing a man who turned 120. So during the interviewer was like, wow, sir, you are turning 120 years today. What do you think is the secret of your longevity? And he said, as you are seeing me, I've never benched before. I don't eat red meat. I eat only fish and chicken. I've never drank a drop of alcohol in my life. I have, the next day, just saying, bag. Commotion upstairs. They now ask the man, oh, what's going on there? He said, don't mind them. It's probably my father. He's drunk. He's chasing after the house girl again. So person, we say the story, this the reason why in they alive at 120 and he's doing so well is because he never bench, he know they drink, he know they this. Meanwhile, in Papa, we born and still they alive, they chase house girl. So even if na 10 years in Papa take senior arm, it means saying formula not work for him, Papa. Am I connecting with you? It means that that formula is not working for somebody else. Someone says, what's the best way to raise a child? There's no best way. You work with the child. Some children need to be guarded. Some children need to be set free. Some children work best when you are sitting on their head. Some children work worst when you are sitting on their head. One of my daughters, when she was doing WAEC and JAMP, she used to come and sit down with me in the room. You will read that book. You must read that book. The other one just come and tell me that I've passed my JAMP, I've passed my WAEC. Does not mean that either one of them is bad or either one of them is good. There are some children that need cane and there are some children that need talk. The ones that need cane, if you give them talk, you not go walk. I've tried it with my children before. Baby Freeze, for instance, he need cane once in a while. He need cane because you sit down with him. Don't do this. You try to make him reason. One problem I have with him is touching the wall. Don't touch the wall. It costs me money to paint this wall. You can hold the railing. You can walk without touching the wall. It's like wall na magnet where they draw Baby Freeze. So I tell him, I say, don't touch the wall. Please don't touch the wall. Carry cane, flog him. You don't go touch that wall for 2 weeks. Then when you go back to touching the wall, you go reduce the touch. If they touch her 50 times a day, you go touch her 11 times. You go still touch her, but you go reduce. I remember when my mother-in-law came to stay with us for the first time. He was a kid then. Now so Baby Freeze, they dangle from balcony. Now my mother-in-law catch him. I never see where they cane picking like that before. As in, Baby Freeze no talk to grandma for 6 months. I swear to God, Baby Freeze has never gone near that balcony again since that time. Not once. Not by mistake. Not as in, I'm talking about 6 years. The cure increase. As in, even me, when normally I dey flog pikin, when I see the flog they give am, I weak. Baba, he walked. Not partially, as in he had a full reset. So when people tell you, say, not the flog pikin, not the flog pikin, some pikin need flogging, you know. Some children need flogging. I don't believe it does not work. I don't believe in excessive flogging. I don't believe in flogging in every situation. I don't believe in flogging in every situation. But sometimes, if you not flog, the pikin not go get sense. Or he will push your limit. That flogging go recalibrate them. About raising children home or abroad. The abroad matters. It's not every abroad that is broad. I want you to say it after me. It's not every abroad that is broad. Some abroads are narrow. If you're watching me on TikTok, double click the screen, pop my money guns. If you're watching on YouTube, super chat, super stickers, and super likes, that's the way I'm going to read your comments. And if you're watching on Instagram, I'm going to bring you live to join anytime from now. Please forgive for I apologize because of the low numbers. It's because I am shadow banned. Even I cannot see when I go live. That's how bad it is. So some people are not going to, I don't know how the algorithm is working. It's reducing the number of people that it's sending my live video to. So we're not, people actually have to make mental notes. Oh, Daddy Free is live. Let me check if he's live. But if you are waiting for notification, you will not get it. It's not every abroad that is broad. And I was saying something earlier on. The worst people to listen to advice from, to take advice from, are your parents. The world they lived in is nothing like the world that you live in now. When your parents were growing up, a woman that can cook was an asset. Right now, a woman that can cook is not that big of an asset. Because some women can cook and we not even bother to cook. And some women can cook and they don't have time to cook. Those days, your mother you want to marry a woman, she will come and spend some time with your mother in the kitchen. So your mother can run tests on her and see how good she is. You go marry surgeon, cardiac surgeon for America. For her to have dinner with your mom, una go cancel, arrange before. Do you know what a cardiac surgeon is? Or a pediatric cardiovascular surgeon, where there be like 5 for one state. How's the audio now? How is the audio now? I've reset the mic. How is the audio now? How is the audio now? I've reset it. Is it backed? How is the audio now? Can you hear me? Type yes if you can hear me. Type yes if you can hear me. Don't do this. Type yes. Type yes if you can hear me. So I was saying earlier on, the worst people to take advice from are your parents. Because the world they lived in is totally different from the world you live in now. Growing up, you bring a woman home. The first thing they will do is do kitchen test for her. She'll go and join your mother in the kitchen. And then your mother will tell you, oh, she doesn't know how to cook. Your mother will give you some assessment. In today's world, imagine you are marrying a pediatric cardiovascular surgeon, where in one state, even for America, they get like 5. Do you think she's going to have time to come and sit down with you and cook lunch for you? Do you think she's going to have that time? When, if they are not working, they are writing exam. So she's either studying for an exam or at work. When they have a holiday, they don't want to cook, they want to rest. I don't know if I'm connecting with you. I was at Afe Babalola's son's wedding in Abuja, and Goodluck Jonathan was there. And he was the father of the day, and he was asked to give advice. And he climbed the stage and said he's finding it very hard to advise because the things that are valued to them are of no value to this generation. Which of the sons? Boega. You will know him, Dr. John J. He was either your classmate or 1 year your junior. You know, say you don't old. So, what am I trying to say at the end of the day? If you are, and here's the thing here, you also have to understand the type of parenting that you want to employ. I see all my friends raising and my family members raising children abroad. I cannot raise children abroad. I cannot raise children abroad. Abroad, you wake up in the morning. Today, you drive your pikin to soccer. Tomorrow, you drive your pikin to judo. Next tomorrow, I don't get that kind of time. I swear to you, I don't have the, unless my child knows that it's judo he wants to fight in his life. Then we know that, okay, let's start a career of judo. Or your pikin want play football. And not get a lot of anger me anytime. For what? Tomorrow na ballet. Next, I not get that kind of time. No vex. Because the day you not get time to go watch their football match, you don't turn that pikin enemy. The pikin go come dey cry, you are not there for me. I can barely fit in my life into the few hours I have in a day. I can't drive you go up and down. Today na swimming, tomorrow, Baba. Unless the swimming pool dey down the road from the house and person will carry you go, I cannot fit myself into driving you up and down or allowing my wife to tire herself driving you up and down. Baba, you go to call, I'm taking my children to swimming. I'm taking my children to this. I'm taking my children to that. They not carry us to. They used to carry, my mom paid for swimming. I think they used to carry us to swimming once a week, every Saturday. But that every day you are, as in part of your work is to be your Peking cheerleader. That's, to me, I consider it child worship. I consider it child worship. Children are, for me, see, our parents, in their time, it was child slavery. In our time, is a balance. Abroad is child worship. Those days, our parents would not born you, throw away you for ground. Yeah. Figure it out. Anytime you need money, you go tell them, explain yourself. They'll collect lesson teacher for you. The lesson teacher will come house. Hey, no, but how many of your parents drove you around up and down? From one place to the other? You'll be amazed to see 2 or 3%. Even those parents are still, that driver go carry you go. But go just say, hey, you driver, carry them go this place. Hey, you driver, carry them go this place. No, during when I was growing up, my papa go live in work. I mean, like my mom go live. My mother left her work. Do you think she'll be a professor of law, a vice chancellor of a university? You know, see Afe Babalola, Peter Obi went to see Afe Babalola yesterday. My mother was there with them. My mother is 70 this year. She's not slowing down. She dey go China, go collect a watch. They go Netherlands, go collect another watch. They go do conference for UK. They go So one of the reasons why I will never want to raise children, especially young children, but I cannot worship a child. I see it as annoying. When I watch my sisters and my in-laws and all of them, the way that they carry children up and my picking. Baba, I not understand them. It's not, for me, it's not sacrifices. I don't want to, because it's people believe in it. It's your belief system. It's child worship, as in your children are like your gods. I see the way my sisters and my friends who have children, they see the way they run around after that. Those, where would they grow up? Go tear the picking one slap in brain, go just reset straight. One day, I know where would they go. One of my nephews decided I want to bath inside sand. They come, they pet him. I just did it, they look at. I say, me. Oh, you will bath inside sand, but it will be the last time you will ever try it in your lonely little life. Won't be yaeda. Olo, as in we buy cloth for you. We just come out the tag. They come, they wait, they picking, they cry, say no, you won't bath inside sand. Everybody come, they say, leave on. He's having a meltdown. Hey! That was the day I said, Nili Ayemi. They born baby free, say one bath inside sand. That day we go meet the dealer, we give him that thing where he use, where they turn in brain. Say you look me from head to toe. You know if you think you get what you see when we they grow up, we they collect slap on top waiting with they think, not be waiting we talk. We they collect slap on top of other people's behavior. My papa and my mama carry us go out. We go visit one of our childhood friends. The pikin say one sweet. The papa say no give her sweet. The pikin begin to roll for ground. My parents not talk anything. They carry us reach house. Baba Shey no say they begin flog us. Any day, you ask us for something. You say we and you start to roll on the ground. This is how we will beat you. This. Papa, they beat us for what another pikin do. He never do it before for Nigeria. Where you go collect cane, you not do amo. Just say you dey with the vicinity of where one pikin they misbehave. They can't discipline you down. They call prepaid flogging. They go flog you down. You never commit the crime. The flog go come day your body like recharge card, or to the day where you want commit. You never experienced that one before? Or the flog where they go flog you where your voice go first disappear. They don't give you time. Okay. You know if you cry come out. My pa go buy you cloths at Demola. I'm Jerry. You can't believe say you won't bath inside sand. Demola will buy it away. My papa no go gree you. As in, if you think waiting wrong, you didn't near my mama, you go collect slap. What did I do? That thing you were thinking about, don't ever try it in your life. Oh, come on. As in, during our days, a man kosi baju. It means you walk into a tower. You are not walking, minding your business with a kosi baju. One day my papa say, make I go warm in Benz that year. That's why I sit down inside the Benz. I dey warm the Benz. I on the bedu, on the AC. My papa just come, open door, put hand for the vent cooled. He not talk anything. He just stretch hand, meet me for the driver's seat where I did. Waking. Go upstairs. Till today, not talk waiting happen. Now me come begin the decode say, okay, as I dey warm the car, I'm not supposed on the AC. I'm not supposed on the bedu. He not tell me, he not argue, he not follow me, he not greet me, he don't come put hand for the event cold. He stretch hand for the drive from the passenger side. I don't come. I don't know say they come. You know, they enjoy the bedu. Yeah. Now Brandy song I they listen to that day. Wait me that Brandy song. I wanna be down where what you going. Bang, 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 bang. Baju code. Oh, gentle. He don't open the door from that passenger side. Me, I did driver side. You know, say Nigeria, driver side, they left, passenger side. I just see my pa just open the door. I just see my pa with me inside car. You know, sit down, you don't enter, put hand for the event cold. Oh, they cook baju for me. Oh, they tilek, oh, they law. And he close door and he go. Now me come begin the calculate and say, okay, it's not good to. Tito, I know now, those days, the boy you will make you go ask your papa, say, waiting I do. Iwolumaru. Now you go calculate am for your brain and you must get the answer. If not, you will collect another one 2 days from now. So, I grew up still remembering that. Of course, I will not go and tear my pikin slap, say they listen to AC, and I feel just vexed. I say, Baba, you know how much they sell petrol? You understand? What are you? You understand? But my friend's kids will tell, my friend has a Tesla. The children go and say, Mommy, want to go and watch? Want to go and play game in your car? Then they'll go and play game inside in my car. You can't even eat in my car. One beer. One day we go see doctor. I carry my Benz. So while Taste Buds was with the doctor, I went to get Scotch egg. So me, I ate the Scotch egg at the restaurant or the fast food joint. I now brought the Scotch egg for Taste Buds. So I gave it to her in the hospital. As she was leaving, all of us enter car. Taste Buds say, I want chop my Scotch egg. I dey come. She just crossed road. There was one tree. She just sat down there, was eating her Scotch egg, drinking her Coke. Now when she chop and finish, now she come enter my motor. You go enter my motor, say they chop waiting. Whether na my mama, whether na my grandma, if you want chop, get out of my car. My car is 2 years old. It still smells brand new, like it left the factory yesterday. And I maintain it like that. I like when I enter the car, the first thing that greets me is a nice smell. Not that cockroach go they run up and down. Get one celebrity, one actress come greet me one day. Me and her sit down like this. I became day back with a gist. The next thing, cockroach just run for my body. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Baba, I don't come out for the car, run reach junction. Me where I fear cockroach past anything. If I see snake inside the motor, I no run. Unless na spitting cobra, if you spit for person eye. Say I see normal snake. Because I know say no be me the snake fine come. I go come out for the car, JJ, open the door, make the snake come out, they go even. I no go even buy the snake. Actress, where they do like this. Hi guys, oh yeah. Go they shake body. Now she and cockroach, they live inside motor. We drove out with Frank. Now I realize, say, people like me exist. Frank has a brand new Hilux V6, specially built for him. Baba, where we park to go the event where we go, he reached 2 road. Frank say he no go park anywhere where they go scratch him motor. That's why if I drive any of my cars out, I carry like 10 to 20K for body cash. Once I enter a place I want to park, I will pay for the parking. Then I will call one boy, I say, how much will it cost me for you to stand here and be looking at this car like this? Make nobody come on my side. Guys will give you 5K. I not get 5K, I'll give you 3K. I don't want to see make you move for here. Now here you go sit down. Deal or no deal? The guy will say, the now account and 2K. I say, when I'm coming, I give you your balance. If I come and I don't see you there, the motor. Nine person go tell my pikin go tell me say one go play game for my motor. So for me, raising children abroad is a no. I can't do it. But that's me. It doesn't mean it will work for you. It doesn't mean it will help you. Me. And after I sat down with 3 or 4 of my friends this period, I'm telling you about the last 2 weeks. And I remember when my kids were about to go to uni, and they were like, why don't I send the kids abroad? At that time, I not get money for abroad uni. So money was one of the considerations. Baba, I swear to God, there were 4 different guys. All of them are regretting it. They say, if I had known, my children would have done BSc in Nigeria and gone to do masters abroad. One way sending children go do secondary school abroad. Now that one regret pass. He said, if only we had listened to you. I believe if I had the money then, I would still not send the pikin, because I don't believe in. I am African. I was raised African. I want my children to understand what African values are. You can't get it abroad. I can communicate very well with my children. Even whether it's student loan, whether my children will do first degree here. All my children, all of them, you remember baby freeze. All of them one don't finish. The second one, they 300 level. The third one, they 200 level. When they finish, we can now start talking about masters abroad. Even scholarship, I no go agree. Even scholarship. That scholarship, it has to be Harvard or Oxford or Cambridge. Something I cannot resist. So you get one college for abroad, you get the scholarship. No worry, you go get them again, you'll be all right. Harvard scholarship, I'll be wicked to reject, or Cambridge, any Ivy League school scholarship, the child will go. Because that child is committed to a learning process. I've seen that commitment, but you get Yabatek brain. I go can't use my money, go send you go Harvard for first degree. Go to a job. Someone said MIT or any Ivy League school, even if it is in Singapore, as long as it is an Ivy League school and you have a full scholarship for it, I will be forced to break my stance and let you go. Just know that any child of mine that is studying abroad is against my will. I could not do anything. My 2 kids from my first marriage is because I cannot do anything about it. That's why they schooled abroad. If I could, I would not have allowed them. But like I said, different strokes for different folks. You know what fits into your budget, you know what fits into your lifestyle, you know what fits into your availability, and you know what you want generally. There are many merits to raising your children abroad, don't get me wrong. Your children understand independence earlier. Your children understand how to work and fit into a society earlier. And they also gain mental independence earlier. But you see, it is not easy. It requires a lot of sacrifice. And there are certain sacrifices. Abroad children are kinder. You must be joking. How are abroad children kinder? Abroad children consider you last. Now, let me tell you the funniest thing abroad. You will spend all your time. You will spend all your money. You will make all the sacrifice. And the children will consider you last. Because the society is built for them to take care of their children, not you. To many people who raise children abroad and raise them into that independent. Abroad, a child is not a part of a community. In Nigeria, you are a part of a community. You are part of a church or a mosque system. You are part of a school system. You are part of. You cannot operate on your own. Abroad, you will operate on your own and nothing will happen to you. Nigeria, you not be only sometimes your papa will allow you come out. You go wear 1 minute skirt. Your papa will don't look and say, no need. Now your grandma now go tell and say, hey, Oga, go back home. You cannot wear that skirt out. Your neighbor. You see, in Nigeria, a child is raised by a community. Abroad, they're not born community. And in Papa never fit tell and waiting to do now community go come talk. Abroad kids are selfish. Forget about it. If you've not experienced it before, you will call me 20 years from now, 15 years from now, 10 years from now. You say I told you about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Especially the Western world. If you raise your kids in China or Japan or rural Europe like Romania, Bulgaria, and some parts of Poland, and you raise them in a community, they'll have the community mindset. You raise them in America, Canada, UK, or mainstream Europe, they're going to be selfish. There's nothing you can do about it. No matter your sacrifice, no matter your investment, no matter your love, no matter how much you train them, the society teaches people how to be independent. It is a good thing and it is a bad thing. It is good because they can function on their own. It is bad because they don't need you to function. I remember when I went to the UK, I think in the 90s, as a little kid, there was a pandemic back then. It was teenage pregnancy. You will see a 12-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy, they push pram. You look at them and they are kids. Or a 14-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy. The two of them don't born pikin. They pushed pram. They park, especially London, UK. And how was this possible? Because they were giving flats to pregnant women. So my mama, they stress me for her. My mama, they say, I go don't carry belly. Once I carry belly, I don't turn government property. They'll give me council flat. Close that door so that the echo doesn't come in. So I don't turn government property. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. And a lot of people don't understand that. That is where much of what you call independence today comes from. The fact that they don't need their parents. Imagine a child from 12 years old does not need their parents. Their parents have no say in their lives. They will make their decisions. They will live their life at 12. Elon Musk's son, was he 14? Decided to say he want turn to woman. Baba, they say make Elon Musk sign. Elon Musk say no go sign. They tell us if this pikin should buy himself, you go enter trouble. Elon Musk got to sign to approve, say make him pikin turn from man to woman when the child was less than the age of consent. That is abroad. You want to turn to cat, you can turn to cat. You want to turn to fowl, you can turn to fowl. You want to turn to vulture, you can turn to anything where you want. Now if it be. And it has its downsides. So, I believe in a community approach to raising children. You don't get that abroad. You get that here in Nigeria. A child, to an extent, is still under the tutelage of a community. That does not exist abroad. So when people say Naija is better, it depends on you. I've seen children raised abroad that turned out fine, and I've seen children raised in Nigeria that turned out fine. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on you. It depends on the child. There are some children that they need Nigeria in their lives, and there are some children that need abroad in their lives. And there are some children that work anywhere. You put them in Nigeria, they will blossom. You put them abroad, they will blossom. They're okay. They're like carrot. Carrot will grow in Nigeria, it will grow in UK. Apple will grow in the UK, will not grow in Nigeria. Agbalumo will grow in Nigeria, will not grow in the UK. So some of your children are carrots. They will thrive anywhere you put them. Some of them are apples. They need to be abroad. Some of them are agbalumo. They need to be in the village. Anywhere you carry carrot children go, they are good. Alaska, Canada, they are good. There are some children. Just move them from London to Canada. You will cause problem. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the child. It means the child needs certain conditions to flourish. Someone is saying, I lied, apple in Jos. Why you not come plant am for Ibadan? They argue with me. Olori buruku oloshi. Person look you from head to toe. Odabi agekushu. So, now, some children love being with their parents. As a child, I didn't like being with my parents. I believe my parents were stressful. If you are taking my parents away from me at 15 and giving me all the money I needed or anything else I could get, anybody else could stand in as a parent for me and not stress me and give me everything I needed, I would say carry my parents and be carrying them and be going. Because they were nothing but stress to me. My dad was extra stress. My mom's stress I could cope with. So if somebody has shown up one day and said, you know what, Daddy Freeze, I'm going to adopt you. Here's money for a brand new car. Here's your clothes allowance every week. You don't need to relate to your parents for 10 years. 10. Now me go to beg the guy, make him 20. Whilst taste buds cannot live without her siblings. Anywhere you carry her to, she wants to see her siblings. I guess siblings who I never talked to for 1 year and we not quarrel, nothing to us. Children are different. I did very poorly in school because I have ADHD. I cannot concentrate in a class. I cannot be taught in a class. But just give me that teacher, give him only me and him. Before you know it, I will begin to teach the class. So just teaching. Instead of sending me to school, if my parents had homeschooled me and got me a teacher for every subject, I probably would have had a parallel in WAEC. So going to school to me was more of a social learning experience than academics. What I really learned from schools, maybe 20 or 30% of what I was supposed to learn. But that's me. You might be different. I have one of my kids that is exactly like me. Put her in a class with everybody else, problem starts. Now them go they play, now them go they gist, now them go they back of class, they stone teacher. But when the teacher sit down with only me like this one-on-one, I'm attentive. I understand. And if they put us in small groups, like 3 of us in a group, you'll notice that in 2 minutes, I understand what they are teaching, even if it is advanced mathematics. I understand. I pick it like this because I'm paying attention. Once I'm in a class, I go don't look one fine girl. I go don't look one lizard where they run for road. I go look one fine car way pass. I left the class 15 minutes ago and I can't catch up. So there is no hard and fast rule. Absolutely none for raising children. And I want us all to understand that and be. When people say, no, I must raise children. I've seen children that were raised abroad, that were brought home in sheke from rehab and came back to Nigeria and made something out of their lives. The problem is not the parenting. The problem is not the child. The problem is the stereotype. I told you the story of a man that was asked, was turning 120. Please, sir, tell us how you became 120 years old. Well, I've never benched in my entire life. I'm still a V. I've never ever tasted a drop of alcohol. Alcohol is not good for you. I drink only water. I don't eat red meats. All I eat is chicken and fish and vegetables. I work out every day. The next day I start to get upstairs. And says, sir, sorry, what's going on, sir? Take no notice of it. Is my father. Anytime he's drunk like this, he'll be chasing the house girl, saying one bencham. So you are attributing your longevity to the lack of benching. Meanwhile, the papa way born you still there alive. They bench. You are attributing your longevity. Say you never drink alcohol for one day in your life. Meanwhile, your body they upstairs drunk. They chase house girl. What does this mean? It means life has no rules. Oh yes, there are averages, and I respect that. But most people are born outside the coverage of the averages. Most people are always below, or many people are below the average or above the average. And when you have a child that is below average or above average, when it comes to statistics, you have a problem on your hand if you judge them with average. And the beauty about statistics is, if you sleep with a woman without any form of protection, the chances that she will get pregnant are 1 in 100. That's statistics. But that girl where you give belly, nobody wants you. Some you don't even finish the bench. You start, you change your mind. All that small pre-one we don't enter, don't give them belly already. I heard a story of a guy that they touch, they play, he put hand where you're not supposed to put hand. Everybody go to their house. You get carry belly from hand. You never hear that kind of story before. I don't hear it like 3 or 4. It's very rare, but it happens. Meanwhile, some people they go mount woman from morning to night, big, one mark and 1,000 times. If the period is supposed to come on the 28th, 27, the period will send you letter say I'm on my way. Go buy tampon, go buy pad, and they come. So averages exist, but the problem with statistics is, what if you are not within the scope of the averages? From hand, do you know that if you touch Bolahan and some of the things touch your hand, and you have very strong akamu, people like Dr. Don J. Jem, where their akamu strong, you can't touch quick like this. Just 3 or 4 akamu enter inside that quick, they begin, they run, they go. Before they break, they don't reach fallopian tube. I'm a sharpshooter. Egg, they stroll like, no know what's happen. They don't catch them for inside fallopian tube. And the worst type with that kind of thing is, you're not going to say you're belly because you're not bench. You're not going to say you get belly. You're not going to think calm because you're not bench. Now touch, they touch you. You touch person. When I touch on yourself, you touch. You don't know say you don't transfer over kamu. I mean, not understand what I tell you. So you just the waka they go, just realize say you don't carry belly. How? You not going to even believe them. How? You won't believe say you be Mother Mary. So how we want to take account that one now? And I saw one of my aunties that year. She did 2 sabi born. And now she don't born twins. Now she don't born. Now so she go put coil. And what next thing say she say she carry belly. With coil. Kole shelle now. They born the pikin. Now so the pikin hold the coil like this. The whole hand like a word, they come live. Now for the hand of the pikin, they come out the coil. Meanwhile, coil get 90-something% success rate. Now like this, you never see the one where they call a day inside the thigh of the pikin. They can't they remove am with surgery. Now so this one they even get locked. Now so the pikin hold the coil like this. So yeah. No, they go live. So what's the verdict? There really is no verdict. You play it by the air. You follow your instinct. You understand yourself. Raising children is a very tough experience. It is not a bed of roses. If you are enjoying me, pop my money gun. Raising children is not a stroll in the park. What happened? Why did I become dark all of a sudden? I don't know if it's control everything where I see again. Okay, it's still working. So I'm going to end here. I'll bring one more person. I'm going to bring one more person and then we end the conversation. No more say rumor has it that child will Maradona, hand of God. So, like I said, let me invite one or two people and we end the conversation here. People will tell you everything, all sorts of things. Remember, your life is your own path.
Hi, Daddy Freeze.
All right, Miss BB, we're ending with you. What are your thoughts?
Yes. So sorry, I'm actually working. I do real estate in the US. So in case anybody want to buy a house in America, I'm happy to help you. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like sending your kids to Nigeria to school, from the Western world, maybe from America or UK, is good, but there's always advantage and disadvantage to everything. So because it really all depends. Like I said from the beginning, the emotional connection won't be there with your parents. I know you said that you didn't enjoy living with your parents, but definitely there are some other people too that did not really enjoy living with their parents, and there are some other people that really love family, like they really love their
100%. That's why I
family.
said the verdict is there's no verdict. Is you, your
Exactly.
child, your peculiar situation. There are some
Yes.
families that their situation demands you send your children back home so you can concentrate on your career.
Exactly.
I
There
know
are some
someone who
careers
wanted
like
to
that.
do what is it called? Specialization as a cardiac surgeon. She had to send her kids back to Nigeria. She would not care for them.
You could
She had
not.
to read.
Yes.
She had to work 17 hours a day plus reading. There was no time for it. She just sent the children back home. 4 years later, when she was done, she carried the children go
She brought
to
them back.
her house for America. We get swimming pool. No be those houses where they use wood build though. Now rock.
The bricks one.
Because she was
Yes.
getting paid $700,000 a year. You
Yeah, and
understand what I'm telling
some
you?
kids at the end of the day they will enjoy it. You just have to suffer sometimes, and let's Oh, did somebody die? Somebody in the comments said me. Somebody comes
So
to
make
rest in
by
peace.
no who rest in peace. I bet more the cake, more no use the word DIE.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
DI.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, DI. So I just feel like at the end of the day, it depends on the parents if they really have the time to take care of the children, because you always want to look after your kids, to know what's going on with them. No, to be honest, it's the training abroad is different from training in Nigeria. Because I can remember when I wanted to go to college and my mom took me to the school, right? And my mom was talking for me. They were like, she could talk herself, like they really love kids here being independent. In Nigeria, like everybody is going to train you, your family is going to train you, your neighbors, even some neighbors, they'll put mouths to the child. Church is there, the old church. Everybody's going to talk. So just feel like everything really it boils down to if you have time to take care of your kids.
in the Western world, Is everything 50-50, to be honest. My experience might be different from somebody else. Because I didn't experience, staying with my parents, but at the end of the day, it's okay.
I did,
Yeah.
and I don't see what the big deal was. Unless, of course, I went to live with bad relatives who now maltreated me, then I now want my parents.
The big deal is there. I can't really speak for you, but I feel like living with your parents, there's really like a big deal for me. Maybe because I did not experience it. Maybe if I have experienced it, it would have been a different situation. To be honest, living with your parents, there is this connection because growing up, when you go to, because I went to a boarding school, during visiting days, parents will come and see their children, I'm going to definitely feel sad that, oh, my parents are not here, like I'm not experiencing this feelings that these children are having with their parents, which was a bit very sad for me. So, like I didn't really enjoy it like that. But
If I had the opportunity to live in a place, maybe I would have missed my parents. But growing up with my parents was tough. Growing up with my parents was tough.
Why did you say that growing up with your parents was
My parents were extra strict. My parents did not understand. It was just annoying. I know some people had it worse than I did. But then there was also not plenty money. Some people that had it worse, at least they had money. Me, and they not give me money, they not come, they nasty problem, religion, all those annoying things. So it was from the time I was like 16, if they removed my dad from my life till I was 30, I would not have missed him. If they removed my mom, I may have missed her a little. Do you understand? But it was just stress. If they had carried me, say I get singing talent, they can't carry me go America, make her they sing. Maybe now I go remember. Maybe now I go remember say I get papa and mama for Naija, I go find their number. I swear. As long as I could find finances and I could sort myself out and I wasn't being maltreated. Oh, the last thing I remember. Maybe now because I had it. I never tell you a story before. My mama and my papa quarreled one time when my mother found out that my dad had a second wife. Now me, they help my mama look for house. Say you are leaving my dad. I never told this story, but I did tell my papa now. I go find house for my mama. Say no. I not normal. I not well at all. Now I tell my mama say my mama can't find we can't finally find the house. I can't disturb my mama. When are we moving in? One day my mama just change out for me. Say, hey, nothing concern me inside. I paid me because I was looking forward to the divorce.
Daddy.
So I'm back, but I'm just back to say goodbye and good night properly. I can go on and on forever, but Instagram does not allow me to go live for more than an hour. and then I'm shadow banned and I'm going through a lot of stress. So I just came to say goodbye and good night. Where's the best place to raise your kids? It depends on you. What does you mean? Your career, your life choices, your partner. It depends on the location. It depends on the child. And it depends on the circumstance. So there's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong answer. I remember when we were in school, in ISI, if you go ISI, get one boy away, leave us. Normal boy. And so he go Yankee, come back. The parents send and come back. They say the guy don't turn to, one turn bad thing for America. One over my yawo. Someone said, living with my parents set so many barriers to my life. I have to be out in 2 minutes because I need to get to a store that's going to close. Living with my parents set so many barriers to my life. There was some guy that said he was coming. So at the end of the day, do not expect a yes or no answer. There's no yes and there's no answer. All right, real quick, my darling sister, in 2 minutes, share your side of the story.
Okay, so I'm a 23-year-old lady, and I've been living with my parents all this while. So, like he said, your parents were extreme. My parents who were extremely, and even they are so extremely strict even now. So I couldn't do some things as, a young girl growing up. I was not free with them to bring friends, make friends, or even study wherever I want to study. So I wanted to study in Kwasu, but my dad said I couldn't go because it was too far. He wanted me to study in Lagos. I'm like, Lagos is not where I want to study, and besides, it's not even what I want to do. Yeah. So at first, my dad didn't even want me to go to a university. He just wanted me to learn a trade or something. Just.
Where you see these kind of parents from?
So I don't know. It literally just caged some parts of my life, not allowing me to be open to opportunities. I learned some things with them, yeah, but I felt like it didn't expand my knowledge rather to some things, yeah. So it really sets, because things that I know now, I wish I knew them growing up, and it would have done a lot more for me rather than doing them now. So, yeah.
Well, that's deep. People, they go through a lot, sha. Hey! Would you have loved to live away from your parents?
Yeah, I would have.
Like boarding school, like a university far away?
Yeah. To be very honest, I actually wanted to stay in the boarding house, yeah. The lady that just stopped talking, we attended the same secondary school, so yeah.
Oh, wow. Let me tell you a story, yeah. My case was so bad that when everybody goes home, me, I want to stay I stay in school until go start driving people inside hostel. That's when only me don't remain for hostel before. We want hostel, Kuti Hall, only me dey. I couldn't fear to sleep for night, but I no go house. Some people used to say, you live in this town and you don't go home. We where they stay worry, we they pray, say make holiday come, we'll go house. Because people were enjoying living at home. Living at home for me was stress. I had to go and face my dad. I had to deal with all sorts of stuff. You understand? I did not like living at home. It was just stress.
I can actually relate to all of that, to be very honest, because my dad being a person that is always very paranoid, he wants things done for him, but he cannot do it for people, do you get? So he has always been no, you shouldn't expect when you cannot give. You should be able to give and also expect people to do them for you. So you cannot just not do something and want people to do it for you. So the case of you saying, you wanted to stay back in the boarding house. It has happened to me too. I was literally begging my mom that she should please pay the extra fee for students to stay in the hostel when I was in SS3. She should please pay. And teachers that were like, no, she should this and that. So it was just.
All right, guys, that is life. That's what happens. There are no rules. There's no rule book. You play it according to your situation, your finances, your career choices. Do you have time to raise those kids abroad? Are they going to be raised by the streets? If they are, send them to your grandmother that has time. Are they behaving unruly? There are good schools in Nigeria where they will be flogged a little and their head will be correct. Sometimes you have a child in Nigeria that needs the exposure of the Western world, and you are trapping that child in Nigeria. Take them abroad. Every child different. One of my friends, his first son was sent to the UK. The boy was misbehaving. The second daughter came home and said she wants to study abroad. The father said there is no money. The girl got Harvard scholarship. The father had no choice but send her to Harvard. You understand what I'm telling you? Where one child went and was misbehaving, the second child went and was doing well. So there's no rule book. Anybody that tells you there's a rule book is playing on your mind. There are no hard and fast rules. Look at your life. Me, I say it. I don't want to live abroad and I don't want to raise children. Two things that I will not do. I don't like the life abroad. It is too stressful. They say Nigeria is stress. Nigeria is stress. To people like us that understand how it works, we figure out the stress. It's okay. Someone said, I moved to Nigeria to raise my younger children until 5 years. Everybody has a different story. Most people think, I used to tell you, my wife used to say that if her siblings are not somewhere, she doesn't want to be there. I really couldn't be bothered. Yeah, would I miss my siblings maybe after 6 months of not seeing them? But if I'm with them for maybe 2 weeks, I'm good. Take me to that place where I'm making things happen. You understand? So that's the conversation. If you want us to continue with the conversation, drop a comment in the comment section. But if you think that we should talk about something else where we come back at midnight, please feel free. Do take care of yourselves. Here's the thing. If you're sending your children back home from abroad, don't feel bad. It's what you think works for you. Weigh your situation very well. Check your finances. Check everything. If that's the decision you want to take, go ahead. If you feel you're in Nigeria, you want to relocate with your children, and you've done all the calculations and you've understood the situation, go ahead and do it. Whatever you do, just make sure you understand your peculiar situation. So if you want us to continue, we're going to come back later on tonight when we have more people from America and more people are going to share their stories. And I'm glad this was a very interesting session. Thank you all for joining, and make sure you continue to join us. Take care and God bless.
Bye.